And I'm not a bad nut. He's sponsoring everybody to come and kick me out. We look at our roles in our community. Spending this huge amount of money to just get a hardworking assemblyman out. Once we have potholes, we could have bought some nitrate and fill those potholes.
I
we
see.
got money.
So now you have won.
I have won convincingly. And yesterday he was there. The resident told him that, yes, they love the young man. They love what he's doing for them. Johnny, I believe anytime I speak, I told you that you help me, spread that news that the BDR could need some attention.
Right.
And I've been telling you that video is online. Anytime they go on YouTube, that video is there. You can go there for their references. And they thought we are killing in the community. And now the voters or the electorate, now they are very discerning. It's not like this old time anymore.
I see.
You can come and share the money, but they know whom to vote for.
So what is your bigger vision and plan?
Yes. Now, government have told us that our roads are not within their plans or their budget. So I met with the residents a few months ago. We have resolved as a community to see how best we can solve our roads issues. Johnny, we need about 1.9 million Ghana cedis on this 3.8 kilometers of road.
I see.
We have more than 10,000 homes within our various vicinities. We are living every household 100 cities, Johnny. We have residents who are domiciled outside this country. They are ready to support this agenda. What we are going to do now, create a community development account. Then any amount that comes in, we're going to publish it. Whatever we need the money for, everybody will know. At the end of the day, when we were able to do good roads for the community, we are all good to go. And that is what we need leaders to support. And not, for their own personal gains or whatever they want to. So, Johnny, we have the plan for the community, and I'm happy they bought into the vision, and God willing, things will work the way we were expecting.
Thank you. Isaac Newton Tete is the brand new or retained assemblyman for the Milichako electoral area. We're grateful. Thank you for speaking to us. And a special good morning to Winfred Baba in Damsey. Says the Christmas to the tomato is different in Po. We have to investigate our mothers and ask them how they do it, really. But William, this raises a key concern. Isaac Newton's commentary on the aftermath of the elections. I'll have you hold your horses and let's connect back onto the phone line and engage with another assembly member, Charles Kofi Jesse, Niman electoral area. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning.
And how are we?
By His grace, I'm doing good.
Congratulations are in order.
Thank you very much.
How was yesterday?
A little bit hectic, and anxiety everywhere and so many things. So many things involved, when you go to election. Actually, this is my fourth time. But yesterday's feeling was a little bit different.
This is your fourth time of staying in the local assembly, but yesterday they showed you ginger.
The whole thing is that, I was there for 8 years and I lost the third one. So I came in, this is the fourth one I'm coming. So it was a mixed, feeling, you understand? It's like whether the people love you again or they don't. So you need to, it was a little bit, and in order to, we need to just 5 votes to, how it's like. It's like playing the ball and scoring somebody 1-0.
I see.
Yes.
But how are your people? Do you have the assurances of your people to support you in terms of community development? Because that's the focus.
Yes. Looking at, my area is very diverse. We have the elite, we have the pro poor, we have the zongos. And we have it's a very big area, so every area needs how do you call it, needs. So I could see there's support. There's support. If you look at the election, there's a lot of support for me. So I'm also ready to serve them.
It must have sunk deep into your pocket yesterday.
Yes, elections are becoming very expensive. And you can be a very good candidate, but if you don't have the resources, you may not get what you want. So you need to put in something small, And now, as I'm telling you, this is my fourth time, and this is the time I spent a lot.
I see. And what kind of resources are we talking about? Cash, rice, oil?
Not really cash,
mosquito
but
coil,
the fact is that you go to an area and say, hey, we need a street light. Somebody will say, we need a latrite. Somebody, although you are not that assembly member at that moment, but people think that
you have to show working.
Once you want it to, you need to show something. So all down to cash, but you need to buy and put it there. Actually, it's not like cash giving them to go and vote for you, but they need some things around them urgently, and if you can provide it for them, they go and vote for you.
I see. Well, Mr. GC, I thank you very much indeed for your time. We're grateful.
Welcome.
I wish you all the best.
All right, that's it.
Okay. Why do I smell corned beef in the studio? I'm smelling corned beef. William, did you catch the call? My head is playing games with me.
It's not actually.
Yeah.
I think I was
Christmas corned beef.
I was eating
with bread,
kose, but I think there's some Maggi in the kose. They've added some inchichos to
Maggi
it.
now smells like corned beef.
The combo is giving. I think they wanted to elevate the flavor profile, so it smells a bit. I don't really know.
That's why it's called corner beef. It's not corned beef. It's corner beef with small butter. It's not butter.
Small butter.
Yeah, butter.
Yeah.
The thick one is butter.
Yeah, but you guys were talking about Christmas chicken stew.
Yeah.
Very different to what you have throughout the year.
Yeah.
Everything is special.
Akoko kong.
Hen leg.
Yeah.
With hen leg.
Akoko kong.
Oh, hen neck.
Yeah. The way
they put their legs
they chook it on the side. It's a full package. It's a delicacy. Oh my God. Oh man. Let's know what your community looked like yesterday. And there have been pockets of violence. Yesterday, for example, around the Nima Mamobi area, we're told people wielding guns, and I've got some of the videos with me. Quite sad indeed. And that area is notorious. I mean, we'd gone out there for outside broadcasts, myself and Alfred and the rest of the team, Solution and the rest, and people came there. It was a parliamentary debate session of a sort. People came there fully armed.
You had to run for cover, isn't it?
Yes, I left there because I told Lois that I didn't come here to, I'm not a freedom fighter in terms of,
You're just doing your job.
But it's sad. I mean, it's if we, elsewhere, in the advanced countries and democracies that we're trying to emulate. I mean, they run their district or local level elections, and their brightest and best get in there. And it's done. There's also violence. You win, you lose. Yes, you go ahead, you do your work if it happens. I mean, I don't know why everything has to be shrouded in violence around here. I don't know why. And somebody has to pay somebody for something before they get their vote. I don't know why. Yesterday, I did some monitoring as well, and I could see the frustration in the eyes of some of the aspirants and their supporters or people who aligned with their vision, going around from house to house just to remind people to come and vote, and people saying, "Medium in DDO." I don't know. Come on, it's not a paid job. The job of an assemblyman is not a paid job. The job of a unit committee member is not a paid job. At worst, you can say when they meet maybe once in a quarter, they have something small that's giving to them, a pittance of a sort. So how do you come demanding for monies from these people? And where are they going to be getting the monies from? That will lead them into the pockets of their high-time politicians who have other interests apart from that of the community. And then we will still be stuck where we are.
That's right. And even yesterday, some of the reports that were given, so, in parts of the Ashanti region, some of the electoral areas were not able to go ahead with their voting. And when our colleague Ibrahim Abubakar did his report, he was on Ghana Tonight last night, some of the candidates, some of the voters get to the centers for voting, and they want transport to get back home.
Yeah.
They want transport to get back home.
Yeah.
So now it's a real thing. They're actually demanding.
And municipal and district assemblies whose local elections have been postponed in the Eastern region. Ayen Swano is there, Birim Central is there, Asini Manso, Akroso, Birim South, Achiase. All these areas could not vote. Atiwa West, Fantiakwa North, Fantiakwa South, go west, go east, they couldn't vote. And we will continue to give you the updates as we travel along. But it tells you a very sad story and a narrative that somebody lives close to an electoral area. Then they're being offered 100 cedis to go and vote. And the distance between their home and the voting center is just about maybe a 5-minute walk, a 10-minute walk. What are they going to do with 100 cedis? 5-10 minutes walk. What really are they supposed to be doing with 100 cedis? So when you start people off like that, they have no option than to get used to it and say, hey, I'm a transporter.
Because they're seeing what's happening on the larger scale. They're seeing what's happening on the larger scale. So we've had flag bearership elections being held with at least the two major parties, NPP, NDC. They see what goes on there at that level. Now it's all moneycracy. Who are we selling our democracy to? People are selling their votes openly. I'm going to, here if you go here, you get 400. Here if you go here, you get 500. And it is trickling all the way down. It is so dangerous. For me, it is disgusting, actually. If you ask me, that's how I'll describe it.
That's why when the special prosecutor says he's going to start investigating those people, I laughed. Because you see, how many people will a special prosecutor be able to bring before it or the office to investigate? I mean, we're in this country when MMDC aspirants or candidates who have been nominated by no less a person by the president for approval at the local level, well, caught on tape saying that they had given monies to people and that people should return their monies or refund the monies if they knew they didn't vote for him because he didn't go through. And what did we get? What happened in that particular matter? What happened?
That matter is still in the courts.
It's still in the court, but it's taking forever. How do you deter people from stopping such a practice if the matter is there, evidence is clear, video day? What are we waiting for?
But how did we even get here?
How did we arrive here? That's the question.
Because for people to take money before they vote for you is something that started somewhere.
That's right.
And we couldn't stop it. And now it's going down to the assembly level where we expect genuine politicians, if you like, the assemblymen who are not partisan to lead the developmental agenda. But this is yesterday I saw some people even displaying cooked food that they had set up.
Labeled cooked food.
I mean, so the whole democracy thing is turning into something very ridiculous, if you ask me.
Because very ridiculous.
But then there's also the bigger picture, William, and you've spoken about it before in the past, that people will demand for things that they do not have or cannot afford. Food is a big problem for a lot of people.
Of course.
So if there's free food, and one say I will come for it. Food, they know that ezibanu is the free in your transport. Why wouldn't I? At that material moment, they are hungry. You have food, you have transport for them, you have water, you have drinks, you have a nice t-shirt for them. Maybe you add a baseball cap. They are all yours. But they will only get to realize what they have done after you have won the elections and they don't see you again. Then they realize that
then you go into the community, they start lamenting. As for this assemblyman, we have not seen him. He's not doing anything for us. But at the time that he were being enticed with rice or whatever the case, t-shirts, you were not thinking into the future. The hunger was speaking loudly than the future was.
They couldn't have sung like Stoneboy Into the Future with you. They couldn't have done that because they were the few. A commoner dynamic into the vision has become blurry.
So it's a reflection of widespread poverty, the illiteracy, and all those put together. Because these things don't happen in certain communities. And if you gauge the community, you go to the plush community. Who are you going to give food to?
Yes.
Who are you going to give 5 cedis to at East Legon to vote for you?
To come and convince.
Within East Legon, you can see where you can take the 5 cedis and the food to.
Yes.
And where you cannot.
So it's poverty. So if we're able to solve all these fundamental problems, during the COVID time, see how people were rushing for food. Now, even among us journalists, sometimes if you go for assignment and you see the way some of those from those media houses that don't pay salaries, see the way the journalists struggle for food. and speeches. We know what the speeches are.
Did I tell you? The speech. When you hold the speech means you have held it in solidarity.
So these are just.
Did I tell you about we went to one of the residences of one of these high commissioners?
I believe so.
And then the second finger food.
Yes. It dropped.
They took it to the diplomatic corps area, business community.
They were picking it.
Just picking. Some said, okay, what I want, it's okay.
I'm all right.
And they brought it towards us. Oh my God.
Hey.
Our people swarmed onto the food.
The whole thing will fall.
The tray went down and they followed the tray down. I will never forget that day. So Gideon Sakiti said, Charlie, where? What? Let's leave.
Let's go.
And we left.
But
because if we had stayed, the diplomats, they will be looking at us. Oh, they are all journalists. They are all hungry people. They are all.
You see, as I'm saying, there are some journalists who work and are not on salary, no wages, nothing.
Yeah.
So their daily bread comes from assignments.
Yeah.
And that's where they go and get food. What do you call the transport?
William, there are media houses. I mean, I've seen one in the Ashanti region before. There are media houses where they give you just an ID card. They say, Jifako Didi.
Yes.
That's what they say, Jifako Didi. Take this, it will feed
you.
And
so if the media that is supposed to fight what we are describing is also suffering from that level of poverty, then we should not try. The fight is literally.
So then it comes back to. I mean, usually you'd have on the front page. This morning we're reading something on the front page. Which of them? I think the Anchor, one of those papers there. Our beloved information minister is talking about the fact that, the media training capacity enhancement.
Yes. So Third African Media Convention. He set up what he's calling local organizing committee. Yes.
If you are hungry, no amount of
committee work
and training will make you think straight.
So
it's basic.
We should improve
our electorates. Most of the electorates and most of the places you have face the reality. They are not properly taken care of in terms of the basic necessities of life.
See, when there's voting and there are no fights, you check the economy of that country. Where there are no fights, there's nobody's taking guns, shooting people. Check the economy. You're not thinking about food.
You go to cantonment. People vote at cantonments. Who goes to go and fight at cantonments?
They don't even have time for.
They don't actually have time.
I came to queue for my 100 CDs and I didn't see the person with the 100 CDs. I didn't get my t-shirts. Where's my rice?
Then you go to our places and you see our
people.
So
it's just poverty,
doing our things
and all those things put together. So if you don't check the economy, it will be like that for a long time.
But it's worrying how we've almost accepted that as for elections, it's going to the highest bidder who can share the most money and then get the results, because there are competent people. We cannot accept it.
If you go onto our Facebook page now, you see some of the disruptions that happened in the central region. We will read the release for you about the postponement of the elections in the Ashanti and Eastern regions. But on Facebook now, 3FM927, you will see some of the disruptions. Also someplace around there, what do you call it? The Okaiko is the Ablikuma Central. People were fighting, trading fisticuffs, just because it's an assembly election. I find it quite strange that in this 21st century, like my mom would say, how do you call it? With all the advancement and with all the enlightenment, people still fight because somebody has to be elected. I can't believe it.
That thing hasn't gotten to that community yet. What your mother described. Some will say illiteracy, some will say the person is not elected and everything. If you can see that the person is literally at the behest of the politicians, and so that morning he's coming to take that money. And it means so much to them.
William, my maternal grandmother was not lettered. She hadn't stepped foot in any school before. She was not lettered. But the grace and dignity and honor that she carried, and she was a kenke seller. She made kenke in droves and sold them, and people used to come to her. She was more like a wholesaler kind of. But you dare not disrespect her.
Yeah, because she wasn't poor.
You dare not come to her to misbehave. I mean, the grace. When she dresses in her kente and she's going to Sunday service, you bow down. When she gets to church, she knows her place. Front row. she had never been to school, but she related well with all the others who had been to school, some who had traveled out and come back. It's not about being educated or not. It's about you knowing what is dignifying for you and what is not dignifying for you. If you reduce yourself to 20 cedis and 10 cedis and 50 cedis, people will disrespect you and insult you. Sometimes the politicians have the money. It's in their pocket, or maybe it's in the boot of their vehicle, or it's in their car. They know that they have to give you the money because that is what the system that they have created. But they let you wait in the sun forever, just so they can show that these people, they are coming to me for something small. Everybody has to see. Once you chip in yourself to that point, you have no dignity. You have no dignity, and you don't. I mean, so between yesterday and today, let's say somebody even give you 100 cedis or 200 cedis. How long would that last?
That's right.
How long would that last? How long? Between yesterday, today, top, tomorrow, finish.
That same day, even somebody would have finished that money.
How long would that? Because when you finish, you jubilate. You sit down with somebody, you buy something for somebody. Somebody will buy something for somebody. The money is gone.
It's gone.
So if you trade your dignity and your fundamental human rights and all of that for chicken change, can you imagine what you have put all of us into?
It's time for us to put the money to the side and let the competence talk. If you are really fit for purpose and you are really the man or the woman for the job, then your money shouldn't be an inducement. Everybody park your money to the side and let's see who is who based on their competencies. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And then we have this, we when you interview official, in our culture, if somebody is doing something, you have to appreciate them or something transport. No. Don't appreciate. It's okay. This is a mandate that we're supposed to carry out. Let's do carry out our mandates and go home. None of this. You have to give them something to eat, and then you have to be hospitable to. What is this?
This is a press release from the Electoral Commission's tables. It's dated the 19th of December 2023. That's yesterday when we all expected that everybody will vote. The Electoral Commission said they had rescheduled of district level elections in some electoral areas in the Ashanti and Eastern regions. And the Commission wishes to inform the general public that due to a number of technical challenges, the district level elections in some electoral areas in Ashanti and the Eastern regions have been rescheduled to Thursday, 21st December 2023. I mean, some people will vote tomorrow. We apologize for the inconsistencies caused residents of these electoral areas. We assure residents of the affected areas that the district level elections will be held on Thursday, the 21st of December 2023. Thank you. Signed by Michael Buedo, acting head of public relations. This is the first time I'm reading something from an acting head of the public relations after Sylvia not left.
Head. Maybe has just come. So.
But this is what we have. The Electoral Commission has postponed it, and it brought quick memories to me. What happened on the 6th of December 2020, where we just were told that the people of Santo Kofi Akpafu, Lipi and Lolobi on the eve of the elections, when they had planned and gotten ready to go and vote, they were not allowed to vote, and that was it. And up until now, they don't have a representation in Parliament. I mean, what kind of preparation did the Electoral Commission put, in place of this? What kind of preparation was done so that we have, and it's not just about 2 or 3 isolated cases. In the Eastern region, for example, Abaka, pull up the thing from the Eastern region for us. The statistics from the Eastern region and the Ashanti region. I mean, the numbers are not, small numbers.
Not small numbers. I'm just recalling from memory that out of, I think, and Amaka will pull it up, out of 33 electoral centers that were to have taken part, I believe maybe only 13 were able to do so, so that some 20 electoral centers are having to postpone it. So no small number at all. A big proportion of the electoral areas have had to.
And it's not too cool, because again, if we don't take it, this may deepen the apathy, because people had planned to come out to come and be part of active society, and then you tell them that, oh Charlie, you cannot do it, so wait until tomorrow. What if they had dedicated the whole day yesterday, asked for permission from their employers to come and participate in the local level elections? and then what?
And in particular in the Ashanti region, because of market day falling on a Thursday, a lot of residents were actually pleading with the EC to come today or come on Friday to offer that flexibility. It's the Christmas season. People want to go out there, sell their wares, and make money. So the inconvenience as well of that is not encouraging.
Does the EC listen to anybody? The EC doesn't listen to anybody. Our electoral commission, they don't listen to anybody. They only listen when they have hit a snag and they think that now they have to play ball and come. They don't listen to anybody.
So
from registering for voter ID card down the way, they don't listen to anybody.
The election is already facing some image problems in terms of how people take it seriously. And if these things are happening, you're just deepening the image problem that district level election is already suffering. So I don't know how so many points couldn't vote. I mean, they couldn't hold the elections. I mean, turn out low again. So how do you intend to increase people's interest and participation in the process when this is happening? Yeah, because I don't see this happening in national election or parliamentary election where so many places. So you yourself are not taking the thing seriously. And how do we help, to whip up interest in the process?
Anyway.
Well, good point. Leading up to the elections, the newspapers were reporting that the EC was very ready. They had deployed the materials. There was no indication that there would be challenges. So hopefully the EC is sitting up, listening to all of the feedback and making sure that it mops it up well. Because like I said, this is a dress rehearsal of sorts. And already the perception out there, I'm going to be frank, it's not the best. I'm always putting the feelers out. Just go on one platform like X, for example. And I know it's a very small proportion of people there, but overwhelmingly the confidence in the EC does not appear to be too strong. Things like this do not help the situation at all. Again, we'll be looking to see if they're able to mop up sufficiently so that they can, increase the public perception and the confidence that people have.
Public perception and confidence.
And confidence is necessary.
The Electoral Commission just has to listen. They don't listen. Many different fronts, they don't listen. And I find that quite strange because if you are a major stakeholder trying to bring everybody together, you have to listen. I'm not saying listen to everybody and
take every single
point, but you must make a point to listen and to create the impression at least that you are listening, to people, so that even if you do not implement what they are suggesting, you have listened.
Very key.
You get a point.
Very key.
But if you don't give them the impression that you are listening,
I think that's an important point. Even the perception that you are ready to have dialogue in of itself is a temperature cooler. But if at every 10 people want to expand the conversation and it seems as though we have the answers, it doesn't bode well for the confidence.
Don't use Ghana card for the elections because not everybody has a Ghana. Oh no, we insist we will go. Indelible ink, Electoral Commission, take your time. We are not new. We are not used to this. How do we identify those who have already voted? No, we will still go. And yesterday, they went ahead with the elections without the indelible ink. So when you create as an electoral body the impression in the minds of people that you have already decided and you know everything, you don't want to listen to anybody, who will come and sit at your table and waste their time? They will also strategize. Then you will come back and say people want to foment trouble. Nobody wants to foment trouble. It is you who is fomenting your own trouble.
The EC had a great opportunity to shut naysayers down about the 3 p.m. end time that they're proposing for 2024. And they could have done so with this district level election. Everything goes off without a hitch. You say, Jean Mensah says, listen, this level elections, nothing can go wrong. So we can justify why we're asking that elections be halted at 3 p.m. At this point, I cannot take that suggestion seriously at all. Your dress rehearsal has failed.
Your dress rehearsal was shambolic, and that's what I said, that look, this dress rehearsal, we'll go into the phone line and speak with the MP for Bonkatamanso, who says he has a rebuttal, but I mean, this dress rehearsal, you remember I sounded the alarm and said that we should have used the registration exercise, all right? Not centralize it, but actually decentralize it, because the Electoral Commission has machines for every single electoral area, every single polling station. All the 32,000 and more, we have every single polling station. So if you have machines and you have not used the machines since 2019, the best bet for you to actually test the strength of the machines and their tenacity and everything else is to move it and use it during this registration process. Again, the Electoral Commission did not listen. I was not the only one who suggested it. There were political scientists and the rest who suggested it. The Electoral Commission didn't listen. So are we surprised that the Electoral Commission is having such problems, particularly in the Ashanti region, which is a stronghold of the NPP, and then also the Eastern region, which usually falls for the NPP? Are we surprised? Because if anything goes south, the NPP will also say that, hey, Electoral Commission, what is happening? Let's just not, the Electoral Commission wants to create the impression that they are not in bed with any political party. That's fair. But if I have my stronghold in the Ashanti region, and already I'm not seeing this happening, things happening smoothly for me in my stronghold, I should be worried.
Absolutely.
Because we went to Asin North, and the General Secretary of the NPP was worried about how the police and the Electoral Commission were conducting their affairs. He said it on tape. So if they can say that in the Central region, which is a swing region, mirror it to the Ashanti region, which is a home region of the ruling party, if they raise questions, what would the Electoral Commission do? What would they say? What would they say? And now we know that whether silently or loudly, overtly or covertly, there are people who are contesting for assembly elections who are either NDC or MPP. And we have already seen people giving fans that, so and so party person has won here, so and so party person has won here. So tomorrow, if the elections happen, and the so and so party people also decide that we are going to the market, and the other party comes and they win, what signal have you sent out there? You are setting the table for chaos. The Electoral Commission must listen, because they are our servants. They must listen. Honorable Joseph Akwete Tete is the Member of Parliament for Katamanso constituency. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I am greater than Accra.
That's fine.
Now, I understand that you have a rebuttal. You are not too excited about one of the assembly members within your enclave who said that there were some machinations that happened yesterday just to push him off the seat. What do you say?
I don't know where this gentleman is coming from, because I've never been on the ground to campaign for any candidate. Yesterday, I just went around as my normal duties to actually monitor what was going on. So that is what I did. I've never been on the ground to campaign against any candidate. So you should come again.
Have you met John Newton Tete, Mli Chakpo electoral area? Isaac Newton Tete, Mli Chakpo electoral area assemblyman. Have you met him before?
Yes, I know him very well. I know him very well.
And why would he say such a thing about you?
I don't know. Even yesterday, I went to the ground, one of the polling stations, and I saw him. We just bypassed ourselves. And like I said, I went on my normal rounds. So I don't know why he's making this allegation. So I want him to prove it.
Did you?
Also?
Yes, go ahead, please.
I also heard that it said something about one road that is bad in our area.
Mm-hmm.
And that I have not cast the eye of the speaker to talk about that road.
Right.
Meanwhile, he knew very well that I have asked the Minister for Roads and Highways questions on this particular route. And the answer he gave was that they don't have any plan for that road. Meanwhile, the assembly has documents to show that they have awarded that road. So I had that discussion with the minister on the floor of Parliament. And this Isaac guy is aware. And he's an assembly member. So if there are problems with our roads, assembly says they are giving contracts, government say they don't know anything about it. Is it not the assembly's job to do the right thing? As I speak to him as an assembly member, he's not able to lobby the assembly for common grading to be done on the road. As an MP, what I'm supposed to do is to ask critical questions and to do follow-ups. And that is exactly what I've done. There's a video to that effect, which I'll send it to you. You can play for your listeners to understand where I'm coming from. So all those things he said on air, they are false. Which
of the candidates did you sponsor against him?
I never sponsored any candidate. I never sponsored any candidate. But of course, if somebody is going to assembly election and it comes to me for support, I have every right to support that person.
So somebody came to you.
That doesn't mean I have campaigned against you. That doesn't mean I have campaigned against you.
So Honorable, clarify for us, did somebody come to you for support?
Well, for that one, a lot of the assemblymen, both sides, they came to me for support because they see me as their MP.
I see.
Some little support, like Jesse or football or any other thing they think will help their cause. Both sides.
And Isaac Newton was part of those people who came to you?
No. Officially, I didn't even know he was contesting. Officially, I didn't know he was even contesting. He never came to me for anything. He never had any discussion concerning his assembly election.
I see. Now, you both are supposed to be working together in the constituency and the community and the district. If this creates a frosty relationship, how do your people benefit from the leadership of you both gentlemen?
That is the question. Because you are at the assembly. You are supposed to lobby the assembly to be able to do common grading. As an assemblyman, you are not able to do it. If I have taken steps, really ask the minister question on the floor of parliament and you have provided answers, why won't you join hands for us to see how best we can bring development to the people? But you have taken a certain line and think you can rather castigate the MP, you can rather blame the MP for the bad roads. And it's noted of doing that. Anytime the road issue comes up, instead of him to know that the MC has a bigger stake when it comes to road construction in the constituency, he would rather leave the MP and attack me.
Is he doing that? Or, I mean, granted that he is doing that, is he doing that because maybe you promised the people at the last elections during your campaigns to fix that road?
My brother, I never promised directly. You know, we as parliamentary candidates, we represent our party. We represent our party. And so whatever is on our manifesto, we have to talk about it. We had this program called Big Push in our manifesto last election.
Right.
And talked about development or infrastructure development.
Right.
And as an MP on the ground, I have to talk about it. So what I said was that if NDC comes to power, we'll do this and that based on our manifesto. That doesn't mean I promise that as an MP when it comes, this is what I'm going to do. But of course, our party is not in power. And of course, the tools available to me is what I'm using to ask the critical questions, to follow up at the assembly. And I've even seen the documents which show that the area has been given out for contracts, but only the government is not releasing funds for the contractor. I've spoken with the contractor myself, and he confirmed it. So we were all surprised when the minister came to Parliament and said that the government, they don't have any plan for that road. I was surprised. We were all surprised. And Isaac is aware.
I see. So now, what happens? Would you extend an olive branch to him?
Yes, for the sake of the people.
3FM Sunrise.
I see. But you mentioned, Honorable, that you didn't promise directly. I didn't understand that point.
No, what I mean is that when we go around campaigning, as an MP, I know MP, we don't have the capacity to construct roads. So you are campaigning on the ticket of a particular party. That is NDC. And our manifesto, we said when we come to power, we'll do A, B, C, D. So I was representing the party on the ground. I was representing NDC on the ground. So I have to talk about what is in our manifesto. And that's exactly what I did. To let the people know that if NDC comes to power, we are going to do this and that. That was the discussion that I had with the people.
I see.
And so when NDC didn't come to power, I still have to push. And that is the follow-up. That is the lobby that we are doing. Most of the lobby, when you do, you go and hit. The government will come out and say they don't have the funds.
Right.
They are not doing it because of money. Yes, there's the angle I'm coming
So
from.
now that you know that your people are looking up to you for the construction of this road and the plans that you have put in place, making a statement in Parliament, the minister saying that they are not ready for you and all of that, what else can you do as Member of Parliament?
Yes, we are handicapped because at the end of the day, the government or the minister, when it comes up, he also says there's no funds. Or recently, I've asked questions on other roads, and you can see that the minister is putting a caveat. After answering your question, he will say, based on availability of funds. So all of us, we are handicapped because we all know the current economic situation. We all know the current economic. So that is what is happening. The government is saying that they don't have the money. And if you look at my area, when you are coming from Tema towards Pram, recently the government started some projects expanding of the road. As I speak to you, that program has stopped. Why? In our budget this year, I have sent the government saying that because of this restructuring and the IMF, they have to suspend those projects. So when it happens so, as an entity, what else can you do? Yes. So that's the situation that we find ourselves.
I see. Honorable, thank you very much indeed for your time and thanks for speaking to us this morning. Honorable Joseph Akwete Tete.
I'll send you the video for you to watch it yourself.
Which of the videos, please?
The one I asked the minister concerning the road that Isaac is talking about.
All right. I remember I did something on that road about some culvert that was broken and children couldn't go to school and then they fixed it also. Is that the same road we're talking about?
This is the road coming from Pombaria towards Michel Camp.
The main road.
Yes.
Okay. But the assembly has their office on that main road, the container blue office, oh?
No, not that one. Yes, that is when you are, yes, it's just close to that place.
Right.
But their office is at the end of the road towards the second gate.
Yes, I know that place, the blue container office.
Yes.
They used to have a dirty patch of water in front. I spoke about it before.
Yes, I saw that.
I know your constituency. It's just like when we are traveling through your constituency, the traffic is too much, so.
Well, yes, the Akosomo Road has also been awarded 3 lanes from Ashama Roundabout to a place around Sebrepo, then 2 lanes to Akosomo. I've gone to see the contractor. They even moved to Shahir. They have a base in Shahir that they are supposed to start work. As I speak to you, they cannot do anything because of the same problem, debt restructuring and the IMF arrangement. That's why we still have those traffic around the area.
I see.
So that is it.
I hear you. Thank you very much indeed.
Since you live within the constituency, after this, I can have your contact so that I will let you understand some of the issues better.
I don't live in the constituency. I'm just going through your Facebook page now. I see that you engaged Valley View University team and all of that. Somebody brought me something about Gandangbe students and some free scholarship, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, all right.
All right. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Grateful. That's Honorable Joseph Akwete Tete. He's the MP for Katamanso constituency in the Greater Accra region. Take a short break. We'll return from this break. I'm sure we can go into other matters and have an extensive conversation. I want to hear from you as well what it is that transpired yesterday in your various electoral areas. Kosami sends this one. It says people put pressure on people. How blood pressure develops. Who intercedes for an intercessor? Who encourages an encourager? Who watches over a watchman? Who provides for a provider? Who motivates a motivator? Who comforts a comforter? Who solicits for a solicitor? Who supports a supporter? Who preaches to a preacher? Who advises an advisor? Who fights for a fighter? Who gives to a giver? Who leads a leader? He who feels it knows it more. The throne room power word total mission. That's from Kosami. Who plays music for DJ Abiam? We don't know. When we return from the break, I'm sure we can play 1 or 2 for Abiam. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What am I going to do about all this printing and branding needs at